If you're looking to build an FPV drone from a complete beginner level, this is the video for you. I'm going to cover the very basics for building a drone. Let's begin. Most custom FPV drones consist of 8 main components. These are the frame, motors, flight controller, ESCS, receiver, VTX, camera and batteries, although many drones have extra components added in. I'll first show you the drone anatomy and then go into detail on each component. FPV stands for first person view, which is where you control the drone through an onboard camera. When building a drone, you start with the frame, which everything is built onto. Then you need a flight controller, which is the brains of the drone and controls the overall functionality of things such as stabilization. And then you add motors to each corner and propellers to them. Then add an ESC board or 4 individual ESCs and a receiver. You will then add a camera to the front of the VTX and to the back a battery for power. I will show you what this looks like on a real drone. I will now go into detail on each component. Firstly, the flight controller. This is the brains of the drone and controls its overall function. It has sensors on board to detect movement and stabilize the drone. It also acts as an interface to a computer to fine-tune components using software such as Betaflight. An ESC or electronic speed controller takes commands from the flight controller to tell the motors what to do. You can buy small individual ESCs for each motor, or you can get a circuit board which incorporates all of them. If you're a beginner, I recommend that you buy a stack, which is a flight controller and an ESC already set up to work together. I'll leave a link to some good stacks in the description. Motors are essential to get your drone off the ground. They can come in different sizes and speeds. The size of your motor needs to fit the size of your frame. Most frames will tell you what size the motor they will fit. The size of a motor is often represented as a 4-digit number, and the speed is often represented in kV, which stands for constant velocity. For example, I can have a 2205 motor size with a 2600 kV. The receiver is responsible for picking up the signal from the controller and telling the flight controller so that it can act upon these actions. The receiver can pick up a certain protocol, so be sure to get one that works with your controller. It is often better for beginners to buy a controller which comes with the receiver, as it is sometimes quite complex to get them working together. The VTX, or video transmitter, transmits video signals taken by the camera to a viewing device such as a headset. They can have different powers and can run on different frequencies. Higher power video transmitters can transmit information further distances. A camera is crucial for FPV and is mounted at the front of a drone, often at an angle. Most cameras will do the job fine. Some cameras will have extra features, but these are not necessary to a beginner. A battery can have a different number of cells, normally around 3 or 4, for a medium-sized FPV drone battery, and a different amount of milliamp hours. This is used to show the energy capacity of the battery. Finally, the frame, which is what all the components are mounted to. These can come in many different sizes and are measured in inches, so you can get a 4-inch drone or a 2-inch drone. I'll leave a link to videos which cover each component in more detail in the description. Remember, this is only the very basics of an FPV drone, as there are many more components to think about, such as propellers, controllers, headsets and antennas, which I'll explain in future videos. I hope you learned something today and stay tuned for more videos.